Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I am the Municipal Clerk, Candace Duran. I'm going to call the ceremony to order at 6:33 p.m. Oh, sorry, I have to wait a moment. We're not live. We're live. We're good? Okay. I'll call this ceremony to order by recognizing the traditional keepers of this land and specifically our neighbors of the Alderville First Nation with the formal tutorial acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge the municipality of Brighton is located in Mississauga and Anishinaabeg territory and is the traditional territory of Mississauga. The Council of the Municipality of Brighton respectfully acknowledges that the Mississauga Nation are the collective stewards and caretakers of these lands and waters in perpetuity, and that they continue to maintain this responsibility to ensure their health integrity for generations to come. So we've done the official procession and the national anthem, so I will call upon Reverend
to reflect upon the peace and goodwill that we hope is in this room and will be here for the years to come. Let us pray. Living Creator, bless us on this evening with a sense of hope, with gratitude and purpose as we begin work with a new council in our municipality. I give you thanks for each person who was willing to make the sacrifice of time and their gifts to serve our area in this way. And I especially give thanks for the peaceful process that brought us to this evening's inaugural meeting. And so, as we look ahead to another 4 years together, may you bless this council with a sense of purpose. Help them to wade through the details and obstacles, to remember why they decided to let their name stand for service in this way. Bless them with a sense of trust, that they may assume the best of each other and of the people who come before them with concerns or suggestions. And finally, bless them with your peace, a peace that defies understanding, so that they may be grounded and loving and compassionate in all decisions and all interactions, no matter how chaotic the world feels around us. I pray for respectful and dignified relationships between the staff of Brighton, between the councillors and the citizens of this beautiful community. For those of us who will be affected by their decisions, give us also a sense of purpose and trust and peace so that we may feel empowered to hold these people accountable when necessary in a respectful and honoring way. And may we share our support and gratitude when we have that opportunity. Bless this new partnership, I pray, and all the work that is to come before us. Amen.
Okay, so I'll do the introduction of the Councillor Byron, Faretis, Councillor Rowley, Councillor Jeff Wheeldon, Councillor Bobbi Wright. Now I'll do the introduction of the Deputy Mayor-elect, Ron Anderson. An introduction of the Mayor-elect, Mayor Brian Ostrander. Okay, we'll do the declarations of office by members of the council-elect. So I'm going to have you state your names, and then you will read the declaration in front of you all together. So we will start to my right, and we'll start with Anne. Is it staying on? Yeah.
And Butwell.
Byron Faretis.
Emily Rowley.
Jeff Wheeldon.
Bobbi Wright.
And then all together, if you please start to read the declaration.
Having been elected or appointed to the office of Councillor in the municipality of Brighton, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor-elect Ron Anderson, will you please read your declaration?
I, Ron Anderson, have been elected or appointed to the office of Deputy Mayor in the municipality of Brighton to do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipality Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if I made under oath.
And Mayor-elect Brian Ostrander.
I, Brian Ostrander, having been elected to the office of mayor in the municipality of Brighton, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Thank you. So I'm going to walk around and witness signatures of declarations. And while we do that, we will have the ENS Razmajaz. Is that what it is? Students of ENSS will be singing.
CAO Castleman asked me how long my speech was. I don't know, about 9 pages. Is that going to be okay, Bob? Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for coming tonight. Welcome to former mayors Rinaldi and Harrington, and to all the former members of council who have joined us this evening. You honor us with your presence. I also welcome Alderville First Nation Chief Dave Mowat. Thank you for coming, Chief Mowat. It is appreciated. And I thank you for your patience as we endeavor to figure out what our partnership looks like and should look like. Municipalities have no constitutional relationship with Canada's First Nations, and so we have a responsibility on both sides to figure out what that looks like. Thankfully, Brighton has a friend in Dave Mowat, which makes trying to figure this path out one that we can walk together and in partnership. Thank you for that too, Dave. Welcome to His Worship Jim Harrison, Mayor of Quinte West, and His Worship Steve Ferguson, Mayor of Prince Edward County, and His Worship Neil Ellis, Mayor of Belleville. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Jim, I get to do this joke for the next 4 years. I hope you're not tired of it yet, and I'm eternally grateful. Many people don't know this, but Jim and I are old school chums. We both went to public school right across the road here in the mid-'80s. I was in grade 5 and he was the principal. But relationships formed in a time of trial are always the strongest ones, aren't they, Jim? In all seriousness, Jim, I do thank you for your work and partnership in the Quinte region. You are fond of saying that we are all stronger together, and it's something you live out in partnership with your neighboring municipalities, and so I thank you for that. Steve, thank you for joining us from Prince Edward County. I know you have a long drive to come here to Brighton. You probably live closer to Rochester than to Brighton. So thank you for venturing in. I look forward to working with you to strengthen the Quinte region and our partnerships across Eastern Ontario together. Neil, I look forward to getting to know you better and working with your council team in Belleville and to strengthen our work together, particularly, as I said earlier today, in your council chamber in economic development. Brighton is better for the partnerships we have with Belleville and for the friendships we've forged across this region. And Neil, as I said also earlier, I look forward to leveraging those relationships you forged in Ottawa for our benefit. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize Mayor-elect John Logel from Alderman. Welcome back, John. I look forward to working with you again at the county level. Linda Tonka and the Razzmatazz Choir, thank you. Beautiful singing. Thank you. It's a fine tradition we have to invite Raz here to our inaugural council meetings, and we appreciate your work and dedication to the community. And here's a little moment of nostalgia for y'all. Mrs. Tonkin, Councillor Wright, and I were on the first Razzmatazz Choir back, oh, well, let's say just over 30 years ago. We won't put the number out there. To our new council, Councillors Butwell, Faretis, Wheeldon, and Wright, welcome to Brighton Council. And thank you for your willingly and eagerly engaging in the education and orientation sessions that we've held so far. It is difficult sometimes to wrap our heads around being elected representatives as we often think things should look, as we watch American-style politics and live in an ever-populist era, versus our actual roles as representatives of citizens and our responsibility to the municipality. I encourage you all to continue to engage in educational opportunities throughout our term, and there are many. Here's a kicker for everyone too. In 2003, I was first elected to Brighton Council. I was 32 years old. I have been the youngest member of Brighton Council, with a brief exception, until tonight's inauguration. And there are 3 who are younger than I, which puts me right in the middle, which is where I belong, I guess, so that's good. Councillor Rowley, welcome back to the council table. I have come to appreciate our robust discussions, and I know that I can count on you to be frank and open with me and to agree to disagree when necessary, but I know that you have the community's best interests at heart and that we've been able to make some important strides together for Brighton. Deputy Mayor Anderson, You have been elected to serve our community in a rather unique role. You are lucky because the former deputy mayor, who's here with us tonight, trained me well on what the role of deputy mayor is, not my secretary. But you have big shoes to fill in this role as calm counselor and wise advisor, and I am sincerely looking forward to those and to working with you over these next 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, your Brighton Council. As I reflected on your choices for this new council, I came to realize that I was quite right to campaign on a theme of progress and stability for the next 4 years. I see in my 6 council colleagues an eagerness to learn how to make life better in Brighton and to do so with a staff team that is dedicated to our community and its progress. I see a team that is ready to do some proverbial heavy lifting out of the gate, from the procedural education and orientation that we have already undertaken to tackling our first budget as a new council in the new year, and then moving quickly into strategic planning to help set a course for the municipality this term and beyond if we get it right. I see a team that is ready to help Brighton progress. I also see a team that is looking to keep the calm that we've seen around the council table. I anticipate robust debates and healthy discussions, but I do not anticipate a return to disruption for disruption's sake. I see a team that is dedicated to keeping our municipal organization stable so that we can provide the municipal services that you've come to rely on. There's no doubt that we have much work to do on your behalf. We all heard about concerns accessing primary health care, and we will continue our work recruiting and retaining doctors and primary health care practitioners. We all heard about concerning traffic levels, and we will continue to work to develop traffic calming measures and better enforcement in the community. We did a good job in the last term with provincial and federal help, bringing the infrastructure deficit in Brighton, bridging the infrastructure deficit in Brighton. But a problem that's over 70 years old does not get fixed in 4 or even 10 or 12. So we will continue to work to find new ways to renew Brighton's infrastructure so that we can continue to catch up. I know we all heard that new provincial policies around rapid development regimes is not tenable to most of our residents. And your new council is prepared to tackle the gaps created by these new systems. Increasing how quickly housing is built is a laudable goal if it in fact creates housing affordability and attainability, but not if it just wipes out regulation that ensures climate health, proper build out, public consultation, and the right to appeal. Your voices are important to us, and this council will amplify those voices to the province and our federal governments on these issues. I know that our new council brings with them a breadth of private business and public policy experience that will continue to move our community forward. I look forward to working with our new team to continue to develop and nurture our staff relationships, because I know that together our municipal team, staff, and council will work hard to build a strong relationship with you, the Brighton residents. We want to make sure that you are heard and that we are working to build a community that represents something we can all be proud of. Mom, Tammy, Caitlin, who can't be here, Megan, your support makes this path worthwhile. And we all know I couldn't and wouldn't be able to do this work without your support and quieter but equal dedication to our community. I love you all, and I thank you for helping to keep me going and for grounding me when that too is necessary. Finally, thank you, Brighton. Thank you for providing me with the privilege to continue to hold office in our community. It is my great honor and my sincere privilege to be able to continue to serve as your mayor. Together, your new council and I will work hard to make you proud of the electoral decisions you made and of the decisions we make on your behalf over these next 4 years. Thank you. Now we do have some of the all the dignitaries want to speak. Like they're dying to speak. So I'm going to go read my list of folks who are going to speak. Hang on. First up tonight is former mayor, former member of provincial parliament, and current chair of our police services board, Lou Rinaldi. Lou?
I bet all of you thought I was done with it, right? Well, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me. It's a pleasure. It kind of brings back memories, more than one memory, I should say. But to newly elected members and now councillors, my condolences. No, all kidding aside, I just want to take the opportunity to congratulate you. First of all, to you and to other candidates that were successful for putting your name on that ballot. I don't think people in general recognize what it really means to these folks, or when I was in public life, to have your name on that ballot. It really means a lot. And to have you here tonight supporting the new council, I think speaks very high, very, very highly of Brighton. So congratulations once again. You know, I think this Mayor Ostrander said there's I'm not sure we knew there was a council last term. It was so quiet after what we've been through. And I mean that in a good way, in a real good way. But no, all kidding aside, it's very rewarding to serve. I had the opportunity to serve for about 24 years, both municipally and provincially. And I didn't have a political bone in my body, so anybody can do it if you put your mind to it. Having said that, as I said with other former council members in the past, and say today that if there's ever anything that I could be of any help to you in any way, shape, or form, don't always take my advice though, because I'm not always right, but I will try my best. So again, congratulations. Looking forward to working with you. Take care.
Thank you, Lou. It's appreciated. Okay. We do have a recorded message from the Honorable David Piccini, MPP for Northumberland, Peterborough South. Can't hear him. Maybe that's exactly what people want to hear from local politicians. I can move on, Jessica. Yeah. Chief Mowat.
Congratulations, Mayor Ostrander and Council. Pleasure to be here. I've had the pleasure of getting to know the mayor in the last term. And I want to just commend him for the outreach, especially regarding the September 30th Truth and Reconciliation Day. I will forever respect the mayor for making that an important day in his work and in the life of the community. I also remember the mayor and I were on the street, and that sense of him being a homeboy and you know, talking to people on the street. That's really important when you're in an elected position. We get to know, and the important thing is understanding everybody's needs and everybody's challenges and everybody's desires. It's a challenging job, as we all know, sitting around the council table. It can be a very challenging job. It can be troubling, but at the end of the day, if we can go away knowing that we made the right decision for the betterment of the community, and for the betterment of the people that live in our communities, then we did the best we could do. So congratulations, Mayor and Council, and I wish you all the best in the next 4 years. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chief. Thank you, Dave. And now we're going to try the MPP one more time.
Congratulations on your recent win. I'm so looking forward to working with each and every one. It takes incredible selflessness and courage your convictions to put your name on the ballot. Thank you for this. You have to be forward and government on very congratulations. Of course, you undoubtedly have heard about affordability, big issues like affordable housing. Of course, so many parents and grandparents look their children in the eye, wondering if they will have a place to call. And we can only create conditions for that by working together. I'm proud of the relationship we have together. Ostrander and I work closely to prioritize historic investments in water and wastewater and recreation funding that the municipality of Brighton hasn't seen in the past number of decades through work on the skateboard park, the pickleball park, King Edward Park Marina, and so much more. Brighton is a growing place and a great place to live, work, and raise a family. Building on that, it has to be a great place to attract investment and job creation. Proud to have worked hand in hand. Mayor Ostrander and I recently visited Premierton, which is growing their footprint and expanding thanks to shared conditions that we've created together. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you, but I'm at the climate conference as a part of Team Canada, working, of course, to protect and preserve our environment for generations to come. We have a gem in Presqu'île, and we're expanding our park's footprint and working together. Mayor Ostrander and I have spoken about that as well. So exciting things to come. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you. Congratulations on your election victory. I'm excited for the months and years ahead.
I'll call upon His Worship Neil Ellis from the City of Belleville.
Knock on all those doors, I get the suit done.
There it is. Yeah. There.
We'll talk about that later, right? So I actually like your chain better than mine. I might have to copy that. So that's good evening, and thank you very much for having me here tonight to help welcome in the 2026 Brighton Council. In the Bay of Quinte region, we are known for being a spectacular place to work, live, play. To achieve this, all cities must work together to enhance the region as a whole. The City of Belleville values the partnership we have formed with Brighton in the past and look forward to many opportunities we will have to work together to help our region prosper as a whole. On behalf of my colleagues on Belleville City Council, congratulations to each one of you here today. Municipal government by far has the most direct impact on the lives of our citizens, and the important role you will play in the next 4 years is vital to Brighton's success. Thank you and all the best for the next 4 years. We look forward to working collaboratively with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. And I'd like to call upon His Worship Jim Harrison from the City of Quinte West. I didn't ask if you wanted to speak, Jim, but I knew you would.
Thank you very much, Mayor Ostrander, for giving me this opportunity. And yes, it is a pleasure. I've spent a lot of time in Brighton in various forms, so it's great to be here. I also want to recognize this week you lost a cherished member of your municipality, Billy Quick. And I spent a lot of time with those Quick boys, and I can't tell you what we did because some of the times I spent together, I don't actually remember. So, but I can tell you I didn't have to buy a lot of food. But listen, in all seriousness, yes, there are challenges ahead of us. There certainly are. And you've elected a great mayor and a great group of council members. So, all the best from Quinny West, and time flies. 4 years will be gone before. Yes, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jim. I'll call on His Worship Steve Ferguson from Prince Edward County.
Thank you, Mayor Ostrander. It's always a challenge to follow Jim Harrison. Always a challenge. And I think, Brian, you have had that experience. I know Neil has. He is one of a kind. But good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for the invitation to attend this evening's ceremony. On behalf of Prince Edward County, our newly elected council and our municipal staff, I am pleased to bring greetings and offer my congratulations and sincere best wishes to you, Mayor Ostrander, and your council. Over the past 4 years, the county has been pleased to work with Mayor Ostrander, Brian, and our other municipal mayors to strengthen our relationships for our mutual benefit. Both of our councils have been renewed, and new members will bring fresh ideas to the table. We'll explore new ways we can work together over the next 4 years to address the concerns that we all share, whether affordable housing, doctor recruitment, or inclusivity, or any number of other challenges that we all face. I'm confident our special neighborly relationship will only grow and flourish in coming years, and the Bay of Quinte region will be the better because of it. So thank you all, and all the best for your term on council. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And last but certainly not least, Mayor-elect John Logel from Alnwick Haldeman.
Well, good evening, everyone. Ryan, thank you very much for the invite to this ceremony. I'm very happy and pleased to tell you that Alnwick Haldeman will work with you and your group whenever we possibly can. We will be sitting on boards together, and I encourage you to speak up. And when we do that, speak up and understand each other, because we come from a little bit away, but we have a lot of the same interests. So I encourage all your councillors to get involved with those type of things. And finally, I want to just tell the girls they were beautiful. And it really is just another ordinary miracle today.
Thank you, John. And now I'll call upon Linda Tonkin, who will lead us in the royal anthem, the singing of God Save the King. So before I adjourn this inaugural meeting, I will remind everyone that we'll be hanging around. There's food at the back. I hope you'll all have an opportunity to stay and enjoy that. There is a guest book over by the poinsettia. Is that a poinsettia? What is that? There is a guest book over by the plant on the table. Please take an opportunity to sign it. It's just important that we know who came and who enjoyed themselves. And with that, Madam Clerk, what time is it? I will declare this inaugural meeting of Brighton Council 2022 to 2026 adjourned at 7:15 p.m. Thank you, everyone.